Hey guys, welcome back to another video. In today's video, we're watching out what if the Ivory Coast formed an empire. I know they were a part of the French colonial empire, because I'm pretty sure they were a French colony. Hold on, let me look at this real quick. Africa colonial map. There we go. If I look at this, now I'm pretty sure this was during before World War One. Yes. Oh, colonial presence in Africa in 1878. Yes, obviously, there was not much. Now, the British were along here a lot, and also the French. The Portuguese were here in Angola and in Mozambique. Yeah, some parts of Africa. Okay, can I not, zoom in here? Yeah, so the Ivory Coast. Oh, even Guinea here. Wefrey recreated this. But except the borders aren't the same. They just claim the countries they had. That might be a good video idea. Sorry. So I might just keep this the same here. So, first things first. We gotta, start off here. They have to build up their economy, their military, and their navy, and their air force, and other stuff. And we'll jump up a few, decades before they form their empire. So, it would be, 2055 when they start their first invasion. Now, their first target would most likely be Ghana here, which, if I look at this, that was a part of the British Empire. For some reason, Nigeria was split into two with northern and southern Nigeria. I don't understand. If I just copy this excuse me. If I just save this and I click on it, I can use this to zoom in now. I just don't understand. Yeah, the Union of South Africa was just all of Georgia. Was South Africa all of it? They also had Basutu land, which is modern day Lesotho. And also Swaziland, which is now Eswatini. They also have Bechuanaland, which is modern day Botswana. Northern and Southern Rhodesia, which is modern day Zambia and Zimbabwe. They also had Nyasaland, which is modern day Malawi. And obviously the Zanzibar Islands, which was a part of Tanzania. But those were independent, but the British invaded them. And that was the shortest war in history, I'm pretty sure. They also have British East Africa, which has all of Kenya and Uganda, apparently. They also have British Somaliland, which is modern day Somaliland, which is still a part of Somalia, but that's really not really good. And then there's Italian Somaliland, which is basically this here. This was Italian Somaliland, British Somaliland, and Djibouti was French Somaliland. I don't know why it's not the same, like it's not pink here. And obviously Ethiopia was independent state. Also Eritrea was a part of Italy's empire. And we have Anglo-Egyptian Sudan, which if Anglo means English, which is the British, and Egyptian is Egypt, which is part of the British Empire, and then there was Sudan. Yeah, and the Gambia over here, it was a Portuguese colony? No. That's not true. The Gambia was British, a British colony, and then Senegal was a French colony. Anyway, let's go over to Ghana, aka the Gold Coast. Yep. So we see that in 2055 on like March 2nd, I guess, they will begin to invade into Ghana. Now it will be slow at first because they will put up a good fight. So that's why I changed this to 2 because it's slower. Not because their military is weak, just because they're being pushed back a bit, but eventually they'll break through and they will capitulate Ghana. And in the peace treaty, we will see full annexation. Also, I'm gonna be recording 9 more Empire videos after this, which I already made a post on in the community. Make sure to check that out, because that'll show you the countries outlines. But yeah, now that the Ivory Coast has gotten all of Ghana, they'll be quiet for a bit, because they're going to focus on assimilating all of this into their country. They're just going to work on assimilating all of this into their country. And so now it's been a few more years. It's now like 2058 now. I'm not going to keep track, but they have fully assimilated all of Ghana. And they're going to look on another conquest. But this time they're not going to focus on this area for now. They are going to look to their north. And also over here. Because why not? So they look at Burkina Faso. And they're like, join us or be invaded. Now obviously, Burkina Faso will not join the Ivory Coast because they are an aggressive imperial country, which also Burkina Faso was under the French rule too. But still, they're gonna look up to Burkina Faso, and after Burkina Faso declined their ultimatum, they will begin to invade. Now, they are going to be more quick about this because they don't want to lose troops that quickly. So they like blitz through Burkina Faso, and yeah, they fully annex them. Honestly, I think this looks a lot better. Kind of looks like a horse. Can you see it? Like the head here. Like this is the head. Like this is the head of the horse. Like this is the body. And then Guinea here could be like the tail. I I just looked at it and I just saw a horse. I do not. I am so sorry about that. That was just something that I saw. It's just like, okay, I'm just stuttering now. No, not Molly. We're not there yet. I don't know why I'm seeing a horse with this shape. Don't worry, it won't be like that for long. Because they are not gonna just leave these two. They are gonna go after all three of them. After they win after Burkina Faso, they will begin to invade into these three countries. First, they attack Liberia, which falls easily. They will invade into Guinea, but they can't really get that far because, yeah, and they will instead focus on Sierra Leone, in which they take, and they then focus more on Guinea. Are there other things? Okay, yeah. Let's just take that, okay? Yeah. I guess they were a little more greedy. So in this peace treaty, we see full annexation of all these countries into the Ivory Empire. I do not know what to call this empire. Now it looks nothing like a horse, thank God. I am gonna stop. I am gonna stop before my head explodes. Not really, my head cannot explode. I am just gonna get this done here. Alright, so now they're gonna focus on assimilating all Burkina Faso and all of these guys over here. So it's been like a few years, which it's now like 2060 something. I don't know. I'm not gonna keep track anymore. And they fully assimilated these guys over here. And now they set their eyes on Togo and Benin. Which they know it's coming, so they just go ahead and make the decision just to join them, in which the Ivory Coast gladly lets them join, because they didn't have to invade them, they didn't even use their forces. And now comes a real challenge. Where could they go? They could go after these guys over here. They could go on a little naval conquest and take over all of this area right here. And they could also take this. I guess they're going to just do just that. So they build up their military and go on a conquest. And they take over both Senegal and the Gambia. They go after Cape Verde. I don't know why that looks like a smiley face. And then they send their navy down here to what is like Sao Tome and Principe. And also they take over this part of Equatorial Guinea and then they invade Equatorial Guinea itself and they will invade Gabon. Or is it Gabon? I don't know. Wait, what was this a part of? Okay, it looks like Gabon was like split between like France and Germany. Also, Togo was a part of Germany, but still. Here we go. And in this peace treaty, full annexation of all the countries here. Okay, can I? Thank you. So we have this going back over to the Ivory Coast, and all of you too. Then you. So now they have these two almost completely surrounded. They could go after these guys right here in order to surround them, but they're not going to do that just yet. Because they're going to focus on assimilating all this. But first, let me just get in the provinces here. I know this is not professional of me doing like this, but I'm still a kid. So just note that I'm not going to be this professional, and I'm not going to be a professional at first. Why am I stuttering? But don't worry, I'll get better as I get older. Once I get the proper equipment, that is. Oh. I guess Sao Tome and Principe. I guess this is Sao Tome and Principe. And this is where Equatorial Guinea is. They also have a bit right here, but that's not shown. But yeah. I did not notice that at first. Alright, so now that they got all this, they will be going on a conquest just like a little bit over here. Just a little further. Okay, they're still going. Okay, we're almost here. They're almost there. Oh, there's an island here. What's this a part of? SH. What? What is SH? Oh, that's Saint Helena. I don't know why. That's there. Ascension. Okay. We're almost there. And here we are. Yeah, they're gonna be going after Uruguay. They're gonna take a little break from Africa. They just want a little overseas colony. And they begin to invade Uruguay, which they fully capitulate. In the peace treaty, they fully annex Uruguay. I don't know why they did that, but still. I guess it's because they want to have like a little foothold in South America. So now they're going to focus their forces over here in South America, obviously. So they will look to Brazil and Argentina, and they demand some land from them. What is the land, you may ask? Let me show you. They kind of just want this area here, over here, and they kind of want all of this. But that's not what the provinces will look like. But they'll happily accept because they don't want to get invaded by this massive country. So Argentina will give up their land here, including their capital. But that's a small price to pay. Guess they can move it somewhere else. I don't know. But they will get. They won't take Brazil's capital because they barely even border it. So I'm gonna try to get this as perfect as possible when I'm drawing this. When I'm like doing the borders here. So it kind of looks something like that, and then kind of goes up like this, like that. Okay, and then goes like that, I think. I'm not sure. Goes like this, and then that. There we go. Uh, Alright, so it kind of goes something like this. It's kind of squiggly a bit. It kind of goes like that. Right, I guess they have that. God, this looks disgusting. I'm so sorry, guys. And girls. Ladies and gentlemen, I guess. They look over to Paraguay. They're like, give me land. And they'll just accept it because they are not fighting this. So Paraguay will have to give up its most southern areas. Because that would look better on this map. So like that. It just looks a little better like that. Yeah. So Brazil and Paraguay, Bolivia, and Argentina will unite. Just because they're struggling. That's not me just making this look better. It's just me making this look better. Little more interesting. And now that they got a little break from Africa and got some land in South America, they're gonna send their navy back over to Africa here. And they begin to surround Cameroon and Nigeria. So, with these forces, their forces over here on the border of Nigeria, they enter into the most western areas of Nigeria and begin to invade. They also go through the south of Cameroon and basically just capture all their coast, and they go up and basically just cut off their head. And with that, they will begin to rapidly invade into Nigeria. And eventually, Nigeria will capitulate. And we can go ahead and look at this peace treaty, in which we see full annexation of the countries here. Both countries get fully annexed. Oh, Christ. Sorry about that. Hopefully that didn't crack the screen. That didn't crack. Okay, thank God. I thought my screen cracked for a second there. Alright, so Cameroon, which is CM, we gotta remember that. CM, perfect. CM. And then Nigeria is NG. Oh crap. So yeah, I guess that does it for the Empire. Alright, let's just do a bit of this. Just because I can, I'm just gonna give him St. Helena because I don't like this being here. But yeah, it's not on the map, so don't worry. I'm just doing that because it looks good. Alright. We're starting up in South. We're just doing the South American part of their empire. Kind of looks good. This is not half bad. Now let's just do these islands here. Okay, I'm pretty sure that was an island. That's an island right there. Alright, let's start off right here. Alright. Alright. Also, let me flip this around here. Alright, perfect. As you can see, that's that. Let me just, What the? Hey, yo, what the flippity flop? What the? Okay, as you can see, this is the main area right here. So as you can see, they have all of Cape Verde here. All of Senegal. All of the Gambia, all of Guinea-Bissau, Guinea, Sierra Leone, Liberia, Ghana, Togo, Benin, Burkina Faso, Sao Tome and Principe, Equatorial Guinea, Gabon, Cameroon, and Nigeria. They also have all of Uruguay, a bit of Argentina here, a bit of, like, Paraguay here, and a bit of Brazil. Brazil still has their capital, this is their capital. Brasilia, I'm pretty sure that's it. And yeah, that is the Empire. I hope you guys have enjoyed the video. I hope you have a good day. Goodbye.